Hey guys, I'm Andrew Rayel and you're watching Toasted.
Andrew, welcome to Amsterdam.
Thank you for having me.
I couldn't help reading a post you did. It was on top of my mind, end of March, where you were talking to the guys from Armada about starting your own label together with them. Is that a reality now?
Well, back in the days, I was talking with Michael Pyron, the owner of Armada Music, and he was kind of getting me to that idea that I should launch a label, should start promoting other people. But back then, I didn't feel comfortable because I was more focusing on my music, and I felt like I'm not ready. And now we talked again about that, and I finally feel like I'm ready and I can do that and I can focus on other people's music. And I have a lot of music that I get through my radio show, Find Your Harmony. There's people sending me their demos. They want me to play in my radio, and I do play that, but then after that, nothing happens. So now it's very easy to take those tracks, release them, maybe tweak them a little bit, make them sound a little better, and just release them for the entire world. So that's why I decided to do this. So probably this summer, I'm going to launch my label under Armada Music.
You have a fantastic new album out. You finished it again, on top of my head, the end of January this year. Yeah. Exciting project, it must be, right?
Well, yeah, I've been working for more than 2 years. I would say 2.5 years. After I finished my first album, Find Your Harmony, I gave it a break for like 5-6 months. Then I straight away started working on the next thing, which ended up being Moments.
You finished this. You played live, I think everywhere on the globe for a long time, and then you still had time to make this album?
Well, it was very, very hard, but I was making some ideas on the road, and actually most of this album was inspired by different locations, by different people. So I was traveling around the world, making some notes, making some ideas, demos, and then in between some tours, coming back home and just finishing those tracks. So it was very hard. That's why it took 2.5 to probably 3 years, because some people make an album in a month if you stay the whole month in the studio. But it is what it is. So I have to combine live performance with the studio time.
What I love about that, because you said something valuable, it's a concept, Moments. And what I loved about it, tracing back through your social media, is that you call your fans, like, if you have a special moment to share, please drop it, hashtag Moments on my timeline, and I'll share it. And there are some beautiful moments actually in the artwork as well. It's you with a sky full of stars. There was this picture of your mom with you, even you as a baby.
Exactly.
Beautiful stuff.
Well, yeah, I mean, I love those moments, and I've seen a lot of those moments. I've seen moments when people got engaged during my shows, proposed during my shows, fell in love during my shows.
You even went through a marriage, right?
Yeah, even went through a whole marriage thing. So I've seen those things. They inspire me, and I mean, obviously, I can't see all of them. I can't know all of them. That's why I'm asking people, please share those moments through the social media, at least so I can read those moments, because that's what inspires me to make new music, new albums. So I'm in love with those moments, and most important, I want to create more and more of those moments with my fans during my shows.
Hey, let's talk about the album. Like I said, 16 tracks, which is a lot actually, I think. That means it's probably not going to be released on vinyl.
Well, no, I don't think we're going to be releasing it on vinyl, but we're doing it at least on CD. Like, not many people are releasing now, even on CDs, but we're doing a release on CDs. So 16 tracks. I mean, the previous one was 18 tracks. So I didn't do more than that, but I felt like I gave enough for this album, even into 16 tracks.
Very strong opener, I think. It starts with the piano, which is a big influence or big sound on your first track. Could you tell me a little about it? I'll be there.
I'll Be There is a collaboration with Eric Lumiere, a great vocalist. The story behind it is we actually started a different project, a different track, but we were not really happy about that. So then I sent him a few melodies, which one of them ended up being I'll Be There. And he wrote that chorus. That's where we started, only from the chorus. And I fell in love with those lyrics and that powerful I'll be there.
There's a lot of hit potential, I think.
Yeah, so I said, okay, I feel like that's it, and we should focus on this idea, and we just worked around it, and now people are dancing on this track, which is awesome.
The third song, the A to B collab, Connected.
Yeah.
What an outstanding track.
Well, the idea came also from Michael from Armada. He linked us up, and I was a big fan of ATB. I used to listen when I was really, really young. Actually, ATB and Armin were the first two big DJs that got me into trance music. And obviously I was a big fan of him, but I never knew that he was a big fan of me as well. So I was also shocked, and we came together, and I sent him like 7 piano melodies, and he just chose the one he liked, and then we just worked around that and came up with Connected.
Must have been amazing to work together with one of the people that you really admire.
Yeah, I mean, he's a legend. He's truly a legend, and for me, I never thought this is gonna happen.
Hey, Once in a Lifetime Love is the following track featuring Christina Antuna. Could you tell me a little about it?
I mean, we released this track last year as a single, and it was also inspired by one of those moments when I saw people falling in love and getting engaged at my show. So that's how I came up with the idea of Once in a Lifetime Love.
Current track is the follow-up, My Reflection. It's featuring Emma Hewitt.
Yeah.
Again, an amazing track. It's like you pump out all these these very well tracks like it's nothing.
Well, yeah, Emma is also like legend in trance music, a vocalist that I was always admiring, and I always wanted to do something with her. And it took us so long to make a collaboration. We was always talking, like sending each other ideas, but I never wanted to do something just to have something with her. I wanted to be very, very good. So that's why it took us so long, but we finally made My Reflection. I'm very happy about it, and she's very happy about it. And from the socials, I saw a lot of fans were very happy about it. So
you can say that again. Hey, beautiful track with Jonathan Mendelsohn. There's 2 tracks you did with him. What an amazing voice. Forgiven.
Yeah, well, we're Forgiven. It was an a cappella that he made, and he sent me those vocals, and I made my legendary track with him, One in a Million, before that. So I knew instantly this is gonna be a big track, and I just worked around vocals, comparing to the other track I made in the album with him, which is called Home. I did that instrumental, and this one is a more of a chill kind of, I don't want to say trap, is a more chill track, so like breakbeat kind of track, but it's very melodic with piano and everything, and I made that instrumental, and then he worked on the vocals, so it was like the opposite work that we did on Forgiven, which was a very, very great experience as well.
Sandwich between the Mendelssohn tracks is Heavy Love with Max Jelly. He's also from Moldova?
That's actually how we did the track. I had a show back in Moldova, and I decided to invite Max because he's never played actually in Moldova, and I do a lot of shows there. I'm very popular there, so I said we should bring back Max because he's also from here, so people should know him as well. And then the day after the show, I invited him to my studio over there, and we didn't plan to do anything. I just said, hey, you just come to my studio, we're gonna sit down, have a few beers, maybe play a little bit of piano, see what's happening. And then like a few days before that, I got like this amazing vocal from actually one of the finalists of The Voice of UK, Kie, the guy, and I just fell in love with that vocal, and it was sitting on my computer, and I said, okay, maybe let's work on this, let's see what happens. And it clicked, and we did a half of track in Moldova, and then like 1 week later we met in Las Vegas at his place, and we finished the track. So 2 days, done. It was one of the fastest tracks I've ever done.
Another track, the following track to take it all, Let It Be Forever. It's a track all by yourself. Yeah. It's very positive. It's a dreamy song, I think. Again, the pumping sound very much prevalent.
I mean, Let It Be Forever is all about when you create those moments, when you have them already, you always want them to stay, you always want them to be forever. So that's what the track "Let It Be Forever" is all about.
Lighthouse with Christina Novelli. I think it's again an outstanding track. The voice is amazing. How did you get together with her?
Well, yeah, Christina is also one of those vocalists I always wanted to create a track with, and also it was very hard. I mean, in terms of like, I wanted to have something special, and until we got this amazing vocal she sent to me, it took us a long time, and I also finished this track. This was like particularly finished on my laptop while I was traveling, like pretty much the whole song. I maybe only mastered it in my studio, but the rest, the whole thing was just finished all over the place. Like I was working a little bit here, a little bit there, and I sent it to her and she just loved it. So it works really, really well when I play it live.
Hey, Never Let Me Go with Angelika V. She is from Moldova. She's actually a star in Moldova, and she's also a classic piano player. What an amazing artist.
Well, to be honest, I found out she's from Moldova only after I finished the track. Really? Yeah, I really didn't know about that. So I also got this a cappella through the agency, and I loved it. And she was singing so well. She had no accent. I couldn't even feel that she's from Moldova, because usually people that even I like have a very heavy accent, but she was so good that I couldn't even imagine. And then I found out later she's from Moldova. I was very surprised that she's also doing big things.
Hey, of course, Taka Doom is a famous song. I saw a live track with so many CO2 blowers that I was like, is this a cloud coming into the room actually? But that's an amazing live track as well.
Well, Taka Doom has a very interesting story as well. In 2015, when I closed my set at EDC Las Vegas, I played a side track at the end because I love to close very, very hard and with something banging. And it wasn't my track. It was like Vini Vici's track, and I saw the reaction. I was getting into that style very, very slowly, and at that point I decided, okay, maybe it makes sense for me to produce my own track as a closing track for my sets, not play someone else's song. So already from then I started working on this project, and already last year when I played the Dream State, when I was replacing Paul van Dyk in San Francisco because of his accident, so I had to replace him. I played one of the first demos of this track. So it's funny to see that some people in the comments were saying that I'm following a trend because psytrance is popular at the moment, when this track was produced way in advance than like the psytrance becoming popular.
Then it's not the end of the album. I think that it's probably one of the best tracks on the album that you close off with, Winterburn. It's a collab with Digital X, and which is special, I think, Geert Huining. He is, and not too many people know this, but he is actually the guy behind Chesto. And he wrote a lot of really famous tracks for Chesto. So how did you get together with them?
Well, I wrote Winterburn with Digital X and Sylvia Tosun, and we did original clubby mix. And then at some point I was looking for something different. So I know his manager. So his manager said, "Look, I have Jared," and I knew Jared before because of all his story and composition, everything. So I said, okay, well, that'd be great if he can do something purely classic. So he took our club mix, and from it, he made completely like a classical version of it. So it made sense to release that mix in the album, because you can't do it as a single because it's not a club song or anything. So it fit perfectly as an ending song in the album.
To wrap this up, you're going to tour in the States. Will you be back in Europe, do festivals, and what are your plans?
Well, yeah, definitely. We're finishing the USA tour in 1 month. We're closing the USA tour with EDC Las Vegas. And after that, the summer as usual, we do all the summer festivals in Europe. And as I said, later into the year, we're going to go into Asia.
So if people want to meet you, check out your Facebook page for tour dates.
Yeah, go to my website, andrewrayel.com. There's a tour section. You can see all the tour dates over there, and just come and let's make that special moment together.
Thanks again.
Thank you.